Hi, guys. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you guys can all be here with me for this little show that I'm about to have tonight. I just wanted to rant for a bit and see how you guys are all doing and see if we're on the same kind of level when I don't know, I'm debating this conversation. I've been debating it, but I'm like, since when am I the type to ever hide my feelings about something or discuss something with you all, whether you may completely throw tomatoes at me, or maybe you might even agree with me? But to be honest, guys, I am still really grossed out over the fact that Meghan and Harry love exploiting children and using children. Hi, guys. Hi. Don't hold back, Molly. Let it all out and tell us how you really feel. Oh, dear. When that happens, it usually gets quite messy, right? I just suddenly go on a rant and just go right off the deep end. I'm so glad you guys can all be here. But yeah, we got to talk about this. Oh, Christine, your dog hasn't been well today. I'm sorry about the news. Well, prayers go out to your little doggy and hope that if we send him lots of positive thoughts and well wishes, then he might mend like last time, right? Let's think about Send Christine, our favorite moderator, one of our best moderators here, aside from the other ones that we got, but she's always here. She's good now. She had one of her teeth came out. Oh dear. Positive thoughts to Christine and her doggy. It's always hard when we are dealing with our pets having issues. How are you, Molly? I'm doing well, guys. I'm doing good. I've been doing good. No complaints or anything. I've been busy. I've been dealing with things, living the adult life and living the dream, basically. Christine, we all love you. We're all thinking about you. This entire community sends you lots of positive thoughts. I bet you by tomorrow your dog will be fine. Don't worry, okay, darling? But let's talk about something ridiculous here because we've got this, how should I say it? Well, let me get the article up here first. So it just doesn't look like I'm being a mean person. Goodness gracious. You guys can always see when I'm looking at late nights, when I'm busy, or when I get sidetracked all the time. But let's talk about this. So Meghan went to a charity called Girls Inc. And it's a charity that's supposed to help, empower girls. They want to encourage them to be strong and smart and bold, you know, all of the things Meghan Markle is not known to be. All of the things that Meghan Markle is not known to be, and she is there whining to these little children about being the most bullied individual in the world. Now, I know she's doing it to try and get the search engine optimizations to go in her favor so that when you look up Meghan Markle bullying, the Hollywood Reporter article doesn't pop up as the first hit. So she wants this to come up instead, where she's again the victim. Once again, the victim. I've got to say that it is absolutely ridiculous watching this low-class raggedy trollop of Montecito use underage minors to pretend like she is some sort of compassionate, caring individual that cares about children and their futures, when we all know that is the farthest from the truth. I would not want some strange woman like Meghan Markle showing up, throwing her body all over my child, and claim to them that, oh, I'm the most bullied individual in the world. These are young children. If my child came home and I asked them, honey, what did you do at school today? Well, this princess came to our school. She said she was a princess, and then she said that she was the most bullied person in the world, and she lives in a big house, and she said we can call her princess, and she showed us how we should curtsy to her, and we started to curtsy to her. Like, I would be on the phone and heads would be rolling at that school. Let me tell you, that's for sure. If some princess came to my school, to my child's school, and started complaining about them being bullied, telling the truth about someone is not bullying. Exactly, Leslie. She is not, she bullies the most. She is not the most bullied at all. And I know that people say that, oh, we're sick and tired of hearing about her. We're tired of hearing, like, why do we need to talk about this? Is why you need to bring up like the old videos about Meghan claiming that. How can you claim that you that you are the most bullied individual online when you have always claimed that you don't look at social media? Meghan Markle has always claimed that she didn't look at social media because it wasn't good for her. So how would you know about you being the most bullied online? And how would you be the so-called expert about that topic? The woman is nuts. She's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Seriously. So basically, once again, she goes to an organization, and I get really, like, I side eye every single organization. And part of me says, you know what? This is Meghan Markle doing us a favor also, in a way, because when she does link up with these organizations, we see them for who they are. We see them that they are always shady or crooked in a way, because sleuths start digging up their skeletons. And most of these organizations that Meghan Markle does connect with do have skeletons in their closet. I got I got to throw a huge shout out to the super sleuths that are on the Saint Meghan Markle Reddit community, because they were the ones who dug up that it was actually Girls Inc., this organization that Meghan has connected with, and they have been sued in the past for workplace bullying and discrimination. Of course, Megan picked them. Bullies of a feather stick together, right? Aw, Christine, you didn't have to, my dear. That's very sweet of you. Tanya, thank you. That's very kind of you, my dear. But you see that Girls Inc. is. Can you guys hear Monster growling in the background here? Someone wants to get picked up. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. What is it? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You want to growl? Hold on. There we go. You guys can hear Monster, right? He wanted to get picked up. See, you wanted to get picked up and be part of the games too here, huh? Part of the show. Here, sit down beside me. Sorry about that, guys. Oh dear. Oh dear. Shake, shake, shake. Okay, Monster, you comfortable now? Lie down. There you go. Okay, guys. So what was I saying? So Girls Inc., they had picked up on Reddit that this charity was sued for discrimination and workplace bullying. The foundation serves to empower underprivileged girls through various forms of social and educational support. Although the Worcester, Massachusetts chapter settled the case in 2023, the former POC employee, so that's person of color employee, Gemily de Pascal, alleged a toxic workplace, Claims included micromanaging based on the belief that she was a diversity hire and was less than competent than her white predecessor. She was also screamed at for working on a project that was previously approved. An existing change.org petition to hold the board accountable is still active and has a list of victim testimonies. At least 30 instances of abuse by the chapter's CEO and COO against staff and program participants are documented in detail and not only support the legal filing but mimic Markle's own bullying tactics. Isn't it funny how every single organization Meghan Markle gets involved with, they always end up being Markled? Yeah, Piper, this is what I thought also. Underprivileged children in Santa Barbara. Yeah, I know. I know. It's basically an oxymoron, right? That there's instead of these children probably live in like $10 million homes as opposed to like the $45 million homes that are on the water and they're considered underprivileged. I can't believe I'm laughing about this, but it is absolutely ridiculous. I love how Megan just absolutely blows up the spot of every single organization. Like she shines a light on how shady they are. If Megan didn't connect with these people, you didn't see that Oprah and Melinda Gates, who are connected to this charity also, you didn't see them making a big like deal about it or anything. But anything Meghan Markle touches turns to absolute doo-doo. I gotta watch out. We're only 12 minutes in, so I gotta watch out what I'm saying, but turns into absolute caca. Let's be honest. It's not good. It's not good at all what's been going on. Everything she gets involved with goes absolutely straight to hell. So now let me read the next slide to you guys. It says here, it continues on by saying Black women and girls in this organization have been undervalued and used as props. Our images are used to portray an image of faux inclusivity. Quotes and statistics about Black girls posted on the organization's social media and websites are all superficial, never really intended to be inclusive. If it wasn't related to be some sort of press, the CEO wouldn't be bothered. The COO cruelly is calculated and intentional. I have never in my life met anybody so hell-bent on being awful. She felt more like a prison warden than a COO. Most people's reactions to kids isn't to automatically assume the worst in them, but here it is a culture. This is most especially true for the Black kids. Girls Inc. Worcester is a place where bully culture and racism thrive. In no way will anyone working there or attending a program be empowered, emboldened, or feel strong. Other testimony from staff and participants follow Markle's pattern of abuse, pitting staff against each other, forcing them to take on too much work, forcing them to start their day early or end their day late, comments on physical appearance, high staff turnover, and more. Now, I absolutely despise. I know some people will say, oh, Mole, you're such a hypocrite. You're sitting here and you're constantly criticizing Meghan Markle. You make fun of her looks. I don't think I make fun of her looks, but they say that I criticize her. I'm mean to her. I think that I just point out her wrongdoings. I think that I think all I do is that I point out her bad behavior, her lies, her deceitfulness, her snake like behavior, the fact that she claims to be a feminist and likes to empower other women, but made sure to treat the queen like absolute dirt during her final years of her life and basically painted her as a racist colonizer. You tried to destroy the queen's legacy. And in some like countries like Jamaica and Barbados and some places like that, she has succeeded in a ways. People seem to think that if you give your honest opinion on someone's bad behavior, that you're a bully, and that needs to change because bad behavior needs to be called out on. Bad behavior should be stopped. You shouldn't allow people to like continue on with their bad behavior at all. Molly, after watching ORMV's videos, I am 100% convinced the entire Markle clan is part of MM's grift from the beginning. TRG is exposing the entire scam. Yeah, I've been sitting back and just watching everything unfold. I've been watching all the drama unfold. I've been watching all the nonsense with Lady C and that GoFundMe unfold. Like, it just, there's been a weird shift in the universe or in the Megxit community, let's say. And and I feel like I'm not going to react to anything because I've already had enough like crap thrown my way, but I'm just going to sit back and observe and just watch what's going on. But yeah, I do feel like the whole family is nuts. Yeah. I feel like a part of me wants to be like, give me back my donation, but but it's all good. Don't worry about it. Molly, it's called accountability. It definitely is. And this whole Girls Inc. sounds just like, as someone else in the chat mentioned, sounds just like Archewell. And I feel like these organizations are just like, they're little cults that individuals can have just to feel special about themselves, just so they can boss around others like beneath them, like assistants, and just feel like they're making a difference in the world when really they're not. They're just being very phony. Because really, what is Girls Inc. really doing? I mean, like the individual said earlier, underprivileged children in Santa Barbara. I know. It's an absolute joke, isn't it? It sounds absolutely silly. It does. But what bothers me the most, and I gotta say this because as a parent, this does get under my skin. And as a parent of a young child myself, it grosses me out to no end that Meghan and Harry love exploiting other people's children for clicks. The fact that you think you can just walk up to any organization because you are the floozy Duchess of Sussex or Duchess of Montecito, that you can just go and throw yourself upon any child and hug them. Myself, as I can only speak for myself here, and I don't know how many of you guys do this, but I teach my young child about personal space. I teach my young child that you need to be respectful of other people's space and not invade other people's space until they are okay with you being in their space. Because my little one, like I can like only speak on my experience, he is the hugging type. He hugs everything, right? But then I had to teach him when he started preschool that you can't hug every child or every single one of your other like schoolmates. You got to wait and become friends and then it's see if it's okay or even ask them. the fact that you have this complete stranger walk into a room and just suddenly throw her entire body on these children. We saw it in Colombia. We saw how she was treating those kids. It's all very awkward. Boundaries are good for children, and the fact that I said this during my live that I had with Paula, I think it was on Friday, but I mentioned that the fact that Harry and Meghan are very strange with children in general makes me wonder, like, there are no children in their household or around them. Because I also wonder, like, if the royal family hasn't bothered to intervene and get involved with those two phantom hostage children, then are there any children even in their care? Probably not, because they are always away. Most kids have to be taught boundaries, and you have to teach them to trust their gut instinct. It's like you need to teach them because of strangers, because like for my little one, we have a dog at home. So I had to teach him that not every single dog is going to be friendly like Monster. You can't just run up to every single dog and try and grab them, because some dogs might grab your face and it's game over for you. I mean, trust me, I told him in different words, but it's hard to teach that to a young child, but you have to stay on top of it. And I feel like in a way, it really grosses me out the way Meghan just throws her entire body at these strange children, but keeps her own alleged hostage children completely hidden. And I was thinking, why does Meghan and Harry keep their children hidden like crazy? And it made me think about her own degenerate Sussex Squad fan base. We all have seen how disgusting they are around when it comes to the Wales children. We've seen the way they have doxed other people and like attacked other people's family and children, or say they have attacked the children of commentators who don't agree with what Meghan Markle is doing or saying. And we have seen how vile they are. So I think that Meghan and Harry almost feel like individuals like myself might attack their phantom hostage children the same way. But in all honesty, I've always said, we don't speak the same way as their fan base. We are not that type of individuals. Nobody cares. Let's be honest. I don't care to see Harry and Meghan's children at all. I've always said that I want to know the legitimacy and validity of those children because they are within the line of succession. Harry's child is the only child that has no doctor witness signatures on his certificate, on his birth announcement. The Queen wasn't even exempt from that. Her Majesty wasn't even, she had to have signatures on all of her children's birth. And yet Harry is the only one that gets to bypass this. So there's a lot of things that needs to be discussed here. We need to keep talking about how Meghan isn't the victim. Now, I'm going to scroll past these because it has the little children photos, and the thing that annoyed me the most is that Meghan cares so crazy and is so nuts about the privacy of her own children, alleged children that she has, or she wants us to think that she has. But she doesn't even care to, hide the faces of the children that she's exploiting in the photos that are splashed all over the Daily Mail, and they're all copywritten to they're all copywritten to Archewell. You would think she would have some decency to pixelate those children's faces, but no, she always loves having other children's faces in the photos, and she always stares at them in the craziest manner. She never affords the same respect to anyone that she demands. Like, look at this. I covered it up with a heart myself here, but it's so unnatural. It is so very unnatural, and it's the cosplay. And a part of me almost wonders, guys, and let me know what you guys think. And to those who are watching this in the replay, let me know in the comments below. But I kind of had a feeling, and I don't know if I'm overthinking this, but I wonder if there is a rat within the royal household. I sometimes wonder if someone is leaking William and Catherine's itinerary to Team Sussex, because it's like, how would Meghan have known to sit on these photos and release them later? Or maybe she got a heads up about William and Catherine's engagement and quickly scheduled a visit to have something to throw out to counter Catherine's appearance. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that a little crazy, Eugenie? I think you're right, Mole, because I feel like, okay, this happens way too many times. Once or twice, I understand on their birthdays, they always pull a stunt, especially on Catherine's birthday. I feel like someone is leaking. I know some crazies will probably be like, oh, it's probably someone from King Charles's camp that's telling them because they hate William and Catherine. I think it could be the Yorks too. I don't trust Sarah Ferguson as far as I could throw her. I actually think she keeps these stories on the right, because she got this done she did this visit on October 2nd, and she sat on it and she knew to like release it right after. And I feel like it happens, for that to happen on Catherine's birthday and William's birthday. And, like when they announce certain engagements that they will be, ow, I just hit my leg. Certain engagements that they will be attending in the future or trooping the color. It makes sense that Meghan would pull a stunt on those days. But like on something like this, the Yorks, of course. Okay, so I'm not crazy thinking that. I'm not nuts, right? I'm not crazy at all. Kathy, it's all good. I'm sending you love and prayers to everyone to Florida who's dealing with like all of the aftermath of the crazy hurricanes and everything. My thoughts go out with you guys. My thoughts and prayers for sure. The world is in a crazy place, guys. I'm telling you. You're not crazy, Molly. Sometimes I think I am coming up with like, I think like, am I the only one thinking this? I feel like there is a rat in the royal family. But this entire stunt that Meghan Markle pulled with these children and going up and like smothering them and acting like she cares about them. Like, look at this face. This is the face of a person who doesn't give two flying Fs. She's looking at this child who is probably speaking to her thinking, I wish you would just shut the F up. Stop talking. Why are you talking? Why are you talking? What are you saying? I don't care. I don't care. That's what I get looking at this face, because she doesn't want to be there. She doesn't care about these children. She's going to get her photos and then she's going to head off and never hear about these children again. She doesn't care at all. And she constantly exploits them. But this was nothing but another PR disaster for Harry's wife, in my opinion. Because this needy, insecure, nearly 50-year-old, in my opinion, brainless, talented loser is complaining to young girls who don't look to be more than, I don't know, 6, 7. They're pretty young, about being the most bullied woman in the world while referring to herself as the Duchess of Sussex. You cannot make this shit up, seriously. And in my opinion, this is a clear sign of someone who has a serious mental disorder. It wouldn't surprise me if Meghan told these girls she was a princess like she did with the children in Colombia and Nigeria. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if she told them that, hey, you can curtsy to me if you'd like. There is something seriously wrong with you that you need to go and tell young children, I'm a princess, I'm a duchess, but I'm also bullied. People make fun of me. Like, I'd be looking at you like an adult, like, you're sitting here complaining to us about what? It's I wanna know where the parents are. I wanna know what the parents' thoughts were on this. I wanna know if the parents were bamboozled. I heard that they were, because some of these organizations make you, um, sign, like, a release at the beginning, like photographs for their blogs and things like that. Can we include your children's pictures? Like, we're going to take photos, we update our blog and website, and if your child can be, they make you sign that. But I highly doubt they knew that Meghan Markle was going to show up with her own personal private photographer, the same one that she's used before, Eric Charbonneau, to take photos, which these photos were copyrighted to Archwell. I don't understand why parents just allow this to go on. We don't know who these children, maybe their parents are someone of high net worth and they didn't want their children's faces out there. And at the end of the day, let's be honest. I'm going to be honest here, but I would have a serious problem with anyone using my child for their propaganda. And like I said, I have no idea why these parents allow it. Why would you want your child to be used by an ex cable TV mattress actress who is best known for taking her clothes off in suits and was sixth on the call sheet and was written out of the cable TV sitcom because her love interest, Patrick J. Adams, wanted to take a break from the show to focus on his family, and she had nothing left for her? Why would you want your child associated with a low down, dirty scallywag who is only known for the man that she is married to due to the family that he belongs to? I don't understand. Like, I cannot wrap my head around. Am I the only sane person, sane parent left in this world? I don't understand. These parents, Lady Aviator says, these parents are probably very excited to have their kids meet someone who they think is royal or celebrity. Many parents have no issues pimping out their kids or riding their coattails. Damn them. I must have some really high morals and standards here. Something must be wrong with me. Maybe I just care too much for my kid, because if I found out that like Meghan Markle showed up to, like, say, a community center or an event that my kid was at, I would strike any photo that had my child included, even the back of my kid's head. You will not publish. I don't care how you look in that photo, you will not publish nothing. Organized Chaos says, back when my children were children, their school had to get written permission. Yeah, I had to, when I signed up for my little one's kindergarten, they sent home like a whole bunch of documents that you had to sign, but I made it clear that I wanted the school to contact me for everything basically before they publish it. because you don't know, like, if they're going to be putting it in like a newsletter or letting the photo go out into like the newspaper. And I don't want anything like that. If it was for like a class blog where like the parents have access, like email access to the class blog for that year alone, I'm okay with that. But if it's like to give it out to the public, that's where I have issues. And this is all Meghan Markle exploiting people. I do not like it. And I, as a parent, feel like I should come out here and have a live and do something really quick and just say that more parents need to speak out. Who is this raggedy trollop that you want your child associated with? Your child is going to grow up one day and look at the photo and say, "Oh, mommy, who is that? Oh, yeah, she was just some harlot that like tried to destroy the royal family. She's only known because she married the ginger dimwit. She hasn't really achieved anything on her own." Mother Duck says, at my daughter's school, they had to release me for they had a release for me to sign, and I said no on the form. Yeah, they do the same things here. Like, it is very strict, and it surprises me with how they get away with this time and time again. If you guys remember, now scroll your minds back to when was it? This was during lockdown, during the pandemic, and Harry and Meghan went to a school, a preschool in LA. And at that time, the parents weren't even allowed on in the school with their own children. Remember this, guys? But Harry and Meghan went there to plant forget-me-nots with these children. Let me pull this up real here. I mean, what do these children know about this? American children don't know about forget-me-nots, and it was to do it under the whole guise of, oh, to celebrate the 23rd anniversary of Princess Diana's death. What do these nursery children, young children, know about Princess Diana? Absolutely nothing. They don't even know anything about her. Let me find an article here. They know absolutely nothing. And they went there, and I think they were wearing masks on their faces. Oops, this is the wrong one. But of course, the children's faces weren't pixelated. They had their photos out there right here, remember? This was when, what did they do this? September 2020. So right smack in the height of lockdown when the numbers were skyrocketing, remember? And they weren't even actual forget-me-nots. Exactly, Jesse Warner. The parents of these children weren't even allowed on school grounds, and yet they were here, like right next to them, planting and pretending. Like, do these kinds of things with your own kids. It's so creepy to me how they keep using other people's children. I find this very, very creepy. Why are they talking about death at kindy? Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. It's very dark. I don't want someone coming and talking about how they felt like they were being bullied. Like, you're a grown woman. This is tired. You need to stop playing the victim all the time. You can't pretend and claim that you are a woman who wants to empower girls to be strong and to be bold when you're constantly playing the victim. And that's Meghan Markle Manson. She's absolutely crazy. Now, trigger warning here, folks. Now, in my opinion, she's absolutely nuts. Birds of a feather. They got the same stare and everything. They've got the same looks. Royally Blonde says bullying talks is for older age child. Talking to such your girl, to such your girls, to young girls, you confuse them about what bullying is. Yeah. And it's like you make these kids worry for no reason. It's very evil looking, isn't it? It's the eyes. I always feel like when people have very black eyes and you can't see their pupils, it's almost like you're getting like a black flag of like how black their soul is. That's just my opinion. I think I have another example here. But that's just always what I thought. I always felt like if your eyes were so black that I couldn't see anything, even your pupils, then I figured your soul was dark in that manner too. Remember this one, guys? This one will always be a classic here. The way she stares. Look at that. And you're in public, you're surrounded by people. How do you not notice that you're staring at him like that? It's absolutely, it's so creepy. And it's almost like she's sucking her face in because she knows if she doesn't keep it together, she's gonna like throw a fit right there. And hey, you know who that is in the background? Remember that guy? I forget his name that they thought it was Meghan Markle dressed undercover at the Queen's funeral. You guys know who I'm talking about. The guy with the beard and the hair. Oh my goodness, I forget his name. Oh yes, look, Royally Blonde remembers it. You guys know who I'm talking about. I forget his name. That was the guy that everyone thought it was Markle in a wig. And then it was like, no, it's an actual person. Yes, that's him. Look, they're in the same room together. I just noticed that, guys. That is so hilarious. Oh, the disguise, man. Oh, that's so funny. But let me show you another example of her crazy eyes. I will never understand why the royal family allowed this nut job into the inner sanctum. Oh, did I accidentally close it? Looks like I accidentally closed what I wanted. Let me grab it. This was another one here. Let me show you. This one here. This is very creepy. Yikes. The same dead stare, right? The same dead stare, zoned out look into nowhere. The entire royal family needs like a full-on saging with like holy water, just completely smoke out all of the palaces everywhere. It's like you need to get the bad juju out of there. It's very creepy. They could be related. They almost could be like, they could be related. It's very scary. If those children exist, they need help. They definitely do. Because can you imagine? Those children are at the age where you're supposed to take them to Disneyland. You're supposed to take them to farmers markets. It's October now, so take them to a pumpkin patch. Take them out to have fun, and it's like you never see them with them. So that's why it got me thinking, if the royal family hasn't cared to check up on little archofficial or invisibet, then maybe there is no archofficial or invisibet in their household. That's just an opinion, but I really want parents to start speaking out about Meghan Markle using their children for for PR and exploiting them in this manner. I would press charges. I definitely would. Socialization is so good for young kids. You know they never get any. You definitely know they don't. And that's why maybe they don't take them out in public also, is because they don't take them out to socialize with other children or other people. You just don't know how they will react. And I feel like they wouldn't be like, you see how Harry and Meghan's fan base attack the Wales children when like Louis likes to act, like a usual child does. Gets restless, likes to pull faces. It's totally normal for a boy. And yet they call him every single name under the sun, like feral and things like that. But think about it if Archofficial and Invisibet were actually feral. It's almost like projection. They don't exist. Well, you see, this is the issue for the royal family, is that you've got two phantom children within the line of succession listed as prince and princess. How? Nobody knows anything about them. Nobody even knows if they exist. Nobody knows. Like, if you're just putting like random people up in the line of succession, you mind throwing in my little one? I'll take like number 10 or something. It's very creepy, and I feel like the longer this goes on, it doesn't look good for the royal family, that's for sure. It definitely doesn't look good. Not at all. AB says, W and C parent their children because of the way C parented Louis in front of millions at the Jubilee. Yeah. And we've also seen how Catherine parented Charlotte when she was young, and she had that little like outburst on the tarmac as they were walking up to their plane. It was during an engagement somewhere, and she threw a little fit and like sat down on the concrete. And you see Catherine just like, like there's a lot of pressure. There's times when you're just like, "Rah! Just come on, kid." But you can't do that. And she's always kept her cool. And it does speak to their parenting, because you see how well adjusted and how secure and confident the Wales children are. And then you've got a raggedy trollop like Meghan Markle, who's going around exploiting young children to pretend like she wants to put on this act like she is compassionate. You don't even have the patience for them. And I feel like parents need to speak out about this. I feel like parents need to talk about what goes on and what their children have mentioned about Meghan. Stories need to get out. I'd be glad to share stories. If anyone wants to share a story, send it to my email and I'll anonymously share it. Always. There's always that option. But anyways, guys, I'm going to take a couple comments here, and then I'm going to call it a night because I am super tired. But I just wanted to say that Meghan Markle should never be allowed near children. Melina says, I miss getting pics in the mail from family of kids for the fridge, not social media where God knows who sees them. Protect the innocent children. Yeah, same. I completely agree. I 100% agree with you. There are so many weirdos and freaks out there in the internet that you don't know who's looking at your kid. And for me, it's funny that Harry and Meghan claim that they care so much about their privacy of children. You know that Let me just say this, guys. You know that photo that Harry and Meghan put up on Netflix of an alleged Prince Archie in the bathtub, half naked? Now, you know that was a fake photo, because if they are so crazy about their child's privacy, who would put out a half nude photo like that of their child in one of the most intimate places like a bathtub? Pretty crazy, right? Pretty gross too. But anyways, that's just something to think about. But it's totally my opinion. I feel like parents should be speaking out about Meghan Markle exploiting their children, and she shouldn't be allowed to do this any longer. This is all she does all the time, and it should be stopped. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on here real quick. And look, it's 50 minutes. I was trying to keep it under 30, but I always end up rambling on. I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm hoping to put up a short story, short video type thing, but say thank you to the mods and send lots of hugs and positive thoughts to our mod Christine and her little puppy fur baby that is struggling a little bit at the moment, but I will see you guys all in the next one. Thank you so much, you all, for being here. Yeah, I hope you all have a good one. Take care. Bye.